Hi guys, and welcome to Excel data entering form. I just want to show you guys how this works, then we'll go straight into the full tutorial. Now I have entered the details of Sally Oshodi, and that's where she lives, 45 Brown Street, female, and so on, her phone number, when she joined the company, and so on. Next of kin, and I know Jonathan, her phone number, and her wages there. So all we just need to do now is to have a look at our degree. That's her degree right there, and she had approximately 8 years experience. She's a lecturer and support lecturer. That is the university she attended, University of Lagos. So all we then need to do now is just to click on add. If you look in here, our details is not there, it's not on the system. Okay, so let's go back to the data entering form and click on add records. There we go. And if we go back in there, that's details of Sally Oshodi. So what I am going to do now, guys, is I'm going to take you guys straight into Excel development environment, and we'll put one of these very beautiful tutorials together. And for your information, guys, this is my second channel, and please do subscribe to this channel as well. Okay, let's do that now, guys. So we're going to be starting a new project entirely, so I might as well just right click and open Excel afresh. There we go. There, guys. So I'm now going to go straight into the development environment. Let's click on that and select the Visual Basic. So what we want is to use the new project. This is meant to be the new project, but to get that working, I'm going to close this off. Let's just close this entirely. I want to save whatever I've done, and there, back into our Visual Basic area, and right in here I'm going to go to Insert, Add Form. That is the form. So what we now do is, you see the caption here, I'm going to change that to employee data entry form. There we go. And the other thing that I'm going to do is, you see the height, I'm going to make that about 800, then followed by the width. Let's make the width 1000 plus. So I can see the width right here. I'm going to make that 1040. There we go. Now let's get hold of the tools, and in here I need a multi-page, so grab that and just drag it that much. Right, and here right click on the page one of the multi-page and just change the details of that to personal data or details. There we go. Click on OK. Now select page 2. Rename page 2 to view data. And there. Click on OK. So let's enhance the look of this our multi-page. Just drag it that much. Okay guys, I'm going to grab a frame in here. Yeah, there we go. And just drag the size that much. Alright, bring it all the way here. There. Let's see, I think that might be too much. Let's say 216, and make that about 790 to 792. There we go. So that's good enough for me. I'm going to get rid of the text content that I have in here. There. And the next thing is, let me just click on that and copy it across down here. There we go. And here, let's add a label. This very label, I'm going to make the size approximately 14. Click on tools here, the font, and let's come right down here, select that, make that bold, 14. And I will change the text content on it, or the caption as it's called here, to employee So I can now copy these across. Hold on to your control, click and drag. We have 2 and another one that will be surname, and another one there. Okay, let's change the text content of these to surname or first name. I mean, that will be first name. Then this one will be surname. We have address, gender, then underneath here I'm going to make that mobile number. All done. Right, now let's do one more thing. I'm going to grab a label, a text box, actually not a label, a text box in there, and this very text box I'm going to change the name of that to txt employee ID. Okay, that's fine. All right, I'm just going to copy that across. Oh, before copying, let's do one thing. Let's change the font size as well to 14 bold. There. Okay, we can now copy there, and we have 1 2 3 4, and just grab this, drag it that much. Right, and underneath here we're going to have to add, let's add option button. We have one here and another one here, one for female and one for male, and change that to approximately the same size, 14 bold. There we go, and this is going to be female. Male here. Okay, so right underneath here, let's grab this for that to be for the mobile number, and underneath here I'm going to add another frame. Get rid of the text content on that frame. There, gone. Alright, so let's come right here. We just need to add a frame here as well. Okay, inside this frame, that's where we have my buttons and the calendar. Take it right down. Right. Okay, we need some buttons here. 1 2 3, and I'm going to make that 4. One more here. I don't think I need 4 really. Okay, now I need a small frame here that would be for my calendar, and in here let's add some labels. One label here and another one here. I'm going to have to speed this up, and it's just, that's a combo box here. Just copy that and another one here. Right, let's get rid of the text content in here. There, gone. Alright, so grab 3 of these, bring them here. And we need labels. We need 3 labels really. Right there. Okay, looking good. Bring 2 of these here, 1 here. Yeah, that's fine. And another one here. Then we need a label here. 1 label and 2 labels. Right, and bring these all the way. Delete this one and let's use a combo box there. Combo box, yeah. There. Okay, the interface is taking shape. That's looking good. Now let me show you guys how it looks like for now. Alright, so we're gonna have to add some buttons here though. So now let's come in here. You see this? Before I forget, let's get rid of the text content. There you go. And underneath here, let's just add as follows. We need one of these here. Bring it right down. Getting rid of that and copy it across and all the way. Yeah, that much. That's fine. Okay. Now we also need. Text box here. That much. And one here. We then change the details across. Then we need labels. Text box, enter labels there. Alright, I'm going to speed this up so that we don't spend much time on the design. There, need about 4, 2, 3, 4. Right, and one more label or one more of these. Okay, we need 3 of those. Copy, bring it here. Then I need combo box. 3 combo box. 1, 2, and 3. So I'm going to speed up the whole development phase so that we don't spend much time here. Else it's going to take us forever. So you guys can always take care of that. Designing the interface is time consuming, but you shouldn't have any problem in doing that, because this is a video I'm just creating that might take me too long. Alright, so like I said guys, this is my second channel, and please do subscribe to this channel. Bring this here and bring this down a little bit. Then need this here. Get rid of the text content here. There. I've actually finished designing the interface, so all I just need to do now is just make it look a little bit much more presentable. So that's university or institution. University or institution attended. Right. Okay guys, let's just run it and you see how it looks like. This is how it's looking, so I'm going to make it look much better. Then I'll get back to you guys. As for these, I'm just going to have to add some buttons right in here. And just click and hold drag. Okay, so like I said, let's speed out. Okay, all done now guys. Let me show you how it all looks. This is how it's looking now. Right, but nothing is happening. Nothing. Okay, let's take care of, maybe we should take care of this first. This very one here. Yeah, let's take care of that, and I might as well just that very button. I'm going to disable it. Let's come here, enable, and make that false. There we go. Right. Okay, now that that's it, I'm going to double click on this very button that I've just disabled. Double click on that. Okay guys, let's start by declaring an option explicit right up there. So option explicit. Now okay, that's fine. So right inside this button, the next thing I'm going to do is, let's say right underneath option explicit. Let's declare the following: the date as, that's going to be date type of the date. All right, I'm going to declare another one. Let's say we're going to say the year and this month as date as well. Alright, now let's declare another one. I'm going to call that create calendar. Let's say create call as billing day. Now let's declare one integer variable. I'm going to call that I as integer. Alright, all my variables for the calendar and calculation of my date and so on is there now. Okay, one more thing I want to do now is to declare another variable here. So the next variable, those are going to be local variable. They are local to this variable thing itself that I will use for calculation, apart from the global variable that I'll be using this one for my calendar. Alright, first of all, I have tax. So, and I also have taxable wages, pension, and I'm going to have another one I'll call that pensionable wages. So depending on how much they are paid, then we get them pension, we get them tax. Then students loan. So what is NI, national insurance payments. Then we have net pay. All of these I'm going to declare them as a data type is going to be double. Now for the tax, the tax is going to be based on the payment. Let's say TXT payment, we multiply that by .text, actually .text. Let's get that multiplied by, let's say the tax rate is 7.5 and we divide that by 100. Alright, I guess my calculation is right. That is for the tax. Now let's go for the pension. Right, grab the pension, just paste that underneath here. The pension is going to be almost the same, so happens to be paying more, a lot of more pension, so let's make that about 10.5. Pensionable, let's see, pensionable, right down here, paste that in there. Pensionable, we're going to make that about 10 instead of 10.5. Right. Okay, now let's see, what about let's change this one to student loan. Yeah, student loan. Pensionable shouldn't be that much. Okay, grab this will become student loan. Let's put this here. Why this? We just multiply this by something like 3. Get rid of this. Alright, what about taxable? Come right down here, paste that in there. In the case of taxable, I'm just going to say multiply that by 3 as well. Taxable, paste that in there, multiply that by 3 there. NI payments, come right down here and paste the NI payment. Those of you who understand wages, you should be able to put this together easily. So let's get rid of this and I'll copy this, paste that in here. There. Okay, like I said, this is this project is going to be, or it is, for data entering form, so we're not going to be working much on it there. And what about the net pay? Grab the net pay, paste that in there. Net pay will include all of these. So let's say the wages itself, bring that here, equals that. We now want to work out the deduction from here, so it's going to be tax. Grab the very tax, paste that in here, plus pension. Grab the pension, paste that in here. I want to add the NI number, paste that there. And what is student loan? Grab the student loan. Those are all the deductions there. Alright, so we now need to assign all of these straight onto our text box. Now the very first text box I'm going to be dealing with will be that of the tax. So I'm going to call that txt. It is called txt tax.text. That will be equals. Let's get it formatted so that we can get a pound sign onto it. So it's going to be tax rate, which is up here. Okay, and pound sign. Let's enter hash, comma, double hash, 0.2 decimal place. Close that off there. So that's the very first one taken care of. That's easy. So I'm going to copy this. Now let's repeat the same thing for the pension. Txt pension, the text equals there, and get rid of this and change this one to pension. That is pension taken care of. But now I want the student loan as well. I'm going to grab all of this. Let's paste that in here. Student loan. Change that to student loan. And this will become student loan. That is fine. Taxable. Grab that. Taxables right there. Okay, grab taxable and enter that in here. Taxable and taxable right there. After the taxable, I'm going to go for pensionable. Grab the pensionable, and the variable is the same. Change this to pensionable, and the name is also pensionable. Right. Looking good so far. Alright, so let's deal with, we have 3 more we need. Okay, let me copy this, paste this here, there. Now the next one is going to be NI payment. So txt NI payment, and this is NI payment as well. Right. Deduction. Okay, deduction. I'm going to make this is separate as deduction, and in the case of deduction I'm going to have to add everything together. Now net pay, let's take care of the net pay first, then go back to deduction and take care of that. This will be net pay, and this is actually called net payments, something like that. Yeah, net payment. Okay, all done. So as for this, let's take care of this. So we're gonna have to add tax to pension. That's plus. Then what else do we need to add? We need to add the NI number and student loan. Those are the deductions. There, and one more, that will be student loan. And right here, there. Okay guys, that is the wages calculation taken care of. So let me save this. Let's save it first before I go any further. Right, I'm going to save it as Excel macro enable, and I'm just going to give it data entry form. Let's say employee data entry form. Employee. Okay, employee data entry form poll. Okay, so poll, that's my second channel, poll Oamen. So save that. Right, now let's run it. There. If I enter whatever in here, we can hit on this, and this should calculate all of that. But we need to be able to enable this. Okay, so what I'm going to do is, because I've disabled this, I'm going to come in here. Okay, double click on this. So once there's any changes, we want that to take care of all of this. So let's come in here. So using an if statement, first of all, let's bring it down a little bit. So I'm going to use an if statement to take care of that, to enable it. Dot enable. Okay, the first one I'm going to say is false. False. Right. Okay, now use an if statement there. If this is empty, dot text, if is equals empty, let's say or the value in it is just an ordinary 0, or this dot text equals 0, then this becomes false. Okay, else this is going to become true. Dot enable, it should be dot enable, dots enable, that will be equals true, equals false. Then the next condition is true. Now come down here, paste that here, equals true, and if. There we go. That's taken care of. Alright, let's run it again. Run. Enter a value in there. There we go, it's enabled. Click on that. Oh, pensionable, variable not declared. Let's see pensionable. What is the spelling of that? Pensionable. Oh, underscore with an underscore. Okay, let's maybe get rid of that even. Get rid of that. That's fine. Run. Now I have to run it from outside. Okay. There, run. Okay, enter value in there. There we go. Okay. Let's change this automatically to £sign as well. So that is called what? TXT payment. Right. So double click on the button. Double click on that, and right underneath here, paste the text equals. Let's get it formatted. Yeah, grab all of this. Grab all of these, paste that in here, and payments. Yeah, put the payments inside as well. There. So let's run it and see. At the end, it should change it to £sign. Run. Yeah, that's it. That's fine. So let's take care of this button, the exit. So I'm going to come right here. Let's double click on the exit. Double click on that. And right here, I will first of all declare a local variable that I'll call iExit. I'm going to say as VB message box result. Now I exit will take in the following argument, so that's going to be message box button. Message box, actually it's not box button here, so I'm just going to enter in there confirm if you want to exit. Right, that is my first argument. The second argument is going to be Visual Basic questioning dialog. That's it right there. Then I would then say plus VB yes no, that's my third argument, and comma the fourth argument, that will just be the name of my project, so I'm going to call that data entry form. Entry form there. That is it, done. Now let's use an if statement to validate the selection made. If I exit equals VB yes, then we say unload me there. Exit. That is it, taken care of. So let's run that. Exit no, exit yes. You can see the VB question. Alright, that is fine. Now let's take care of the reset button. Double click on the reset. With the reset, I'm going to declare as follows: dim t text. I'm going to dim another one. I will call that maybe just text alone. Yeah, we just dim text alone. Alright, get rid of that. So using F4 for each loop, okay, in txt, that is in frame, I think I have one in frame 9 dots. Frame 9 should cover it all though. Let's say frame 9 dots. No, it's frame 9 dot controls. Okay, and if type of no, that should be off. Txt is ms forms dot text. Then this is what I want the system to do. The txt dot text, I want you to clear. Okay, and if, and we also need to get it nested there. That should take care of that. Now let me check out one thing, because I have it in double frame, but let's see if it's going to work. Save that. Let's come in here. This should be frame or frame number. That is 1. No, that was not the frame. Yeah, this is frame 9. Okay, now let's run it and see. Enter some data in there. There, clear. Alright, frame 9 works. Okay, right. I was doubting because I have a frame inside a frame, so let's assume it didn't work. I could have to change the whole frame setting again. So that is fine. And you can also, because this is frame number 2, look at that, number 2. If you decide to save frame 9 dots, where is it here? There we go, frame 9 dot frame 2, it will also work. Okay, so let's run that and see. Enter some value in there. Reset. Yeah. Okay. So if you want to clear it in one go like that, you must address the frames. Alright, so now let's take care of this very one. This is that's frame 1. Right, that is frame 1. I'm going to double click on this and just change a whole lot. The only bit I'm changing in there is just frame 1. This one, grab that, come right down here, paste, and change that to frame 1. That will be 1. Let's even try something. Supposing we address the whole of the multi-page itself. Let's come in here, let's address that. I just want to try this. Multi-page. Oh, okay. It does have its own separate page. Okay, I'm going to leave it the way it is. So let's try this out. Let's run it and see. Enter some data in there. Okay, let's reset. Yeah, that is fine. Okay, I've actually logged this, so I want to be able to get data from here into here. Alright, that is okay. Now reset. I need to take care of 1, 2, 3 and all of these here. So let's come back to my reset here. Double click on resets. I'll do that again. There. So the combo box that is called COB departments, I'm going to say dot text. That is equals clear. Right. I'm declaring those ones separately because they belong to, and then there's now plenty of them. Then the next one is COB experience, and clear. The next one is COB position, paste. Then we have COB field of work. I think I call that field work. There. Right, that's taken care of. Now, what about the option buttons? OPB graduate. In the case of that, we say dot object and dot value, that is equals false. There we go. Those are option buttons. So grab this. Now I have option button for postgraduates, postgrad, option button for doctoral. I think I call it doctorate. There. Option button for male. Option button for female. There. So that's how we clear those buttons. Now I also have one single one that I need to clear. txt uni dot text, that is equals there. Alright, so I believe I've taken care of the reset button. So if I run it now, enter whatever in here, there, reset, there we go. That is fine. 1, 2 taken care of. Actually 1, 2, 3 taken care of. Now let's take care of this one. Then we'll come and do the big one here. And let's come in here, and where is it? Double click on add records. Okay guys, with the add records, I'm going to declare the following. Let's say dim worksheets, WKS as work worksheet. That's one. Now declare another one, dim add new as range. There we go. And now let's say set worksheet. That would be my very first sheet here, this one, sheet number 1, this one right here. Okay, now sheet 1 itself is going to have the following name, because I haven't changed the name, so it's called sheet 1 as you guys saw earlier. Close that. Now let's say set add new equals worksheet.range, and the range, I'm just going to make that, I'm making this up up to 65,356 dots to the end of the, that's XL, right here, dot offset it by 1. There we go. Now let's come in here, my variable add new, I want it to dot offset and start from cell 00 dots value equals txt employee id dot text. So take in the data that I have in there. So I'm going to copy that. I think I have about 22 or so. I just change things around. I have 6 in here. Copy and paste. And change the names around. Right. Delete this. Okay, so this one is going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 here, 15, and 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Okay, we have 20. I think I have more than 20. I need 2 more. 22. Yeah. Paste. 21 and 22. There we go. So all I did need to do now is to change these names around. So that's going to be first name. This is surname here. We have address and so on, guys. So I'm going to speed that up. There guys, all done. So all I then need to do now is I need to add, let's come in here, do that again. So come in here, I'm going to add in here, let's add a list box. So click on here. First of all, grab a label in there, and in here I'm going to add a list box. Yeah, there we go. And we change the data of these to maybe employee data entry or whatever. So in here I'm going to change that to employee data entry, something like that. Increase that, and let's speed that up anyway. Right, I'm going to speed that up. Let's give this one a name. Right, so we'll call this one employee data entry. Alright, so let's come back in here, and inside my add button there, I want to be able to add something straight here. So let's say employee data entry here. That will be dots column counts. I'm going to make that, let's say 24. Yeah, that's fine. Yes. Employee data entry dots role source, that will be equals sheet 1, and that is going to be $A $, start from 2 column A. No, that should be $, $A up to, I'm going to just make that S $653. Right, there we go. So that's the range. Yeah, that's it. So if I run it now, I should be able to see something in there. So let's run it and come here. There we go. Alright, but one other thing, my form here, I need to enter the details in here. So that's going to be employee and so on. So this is going to be employee ID, right, and the next one is going to be first name, surname, address, and so on, guys. I'm going to speed that up. Alright guys, I've entered all of the data for the table. Okay, so let's just save that and minimize this. Let's open it up. Right. Okay, so I have up to W there. Let's come in here, double click, and I'm going to just change this. Instead of AS, it's not going to be up to AS, it's W. Yeah, the column, if I look at it again, yeah, it's W. 2, 3, 4. Yeah, that is fine. Alright, now minimize that. Okay, so whatever data we enter in there now, we should be able to just see that right away. So if I run it now and enter something in here, and the name, let's say is my name, Paul Oamen, address number 1, Gloucester, London, and here mail. Okay, enter whatever in there. I can't enter nothing in there yet because I disabled this. So department, I can make that up, aviation. Right, and here, this one is done. Okay, this, there will be nothing in here. Let's say about 8. Work. There's a pilot here. Number of years, let's say about 12. University. Let's call that not London University. University of North London. Okay. Alright, so that is that. So all I then need to do is just click on this. Click on that. The only one that will be missing will be this. There. Alright, pensionable. Okay, I remember. I changed that. Get rid of that. Now back in here. Let's go back to my and click on that now. There we go. Yeah, it should be in there. So let's click on clear and exit. Yeah, and let's see the spreadsheet. There we go. Look at that. All my details right in there. Oh, apart from the next up here, I didn't enter anything, and the other one, employee date. Alright, that is it. It's now working. That is fine. So all we need to now do is to take care of the dates. Okay, with the dates, if you guys want, there's a tutorial on my first channel of how to create this. So I'm going to more or less speed that up. Okay guys, with the dates, let's go inside the code view area. So with the calendar, let's come down here. Yeah. And right underneath here, I'm going to enter the following function for the calendar. If you guys want to know, I have all of these in my second tutorial, full tutorial of how it's done. Okay, it's right there. I'm going to get rid of this. So that you guys can see it. Let's reduce that a little bit. There we go. Those are the lines of codes for the function. Let's bring it down so that you can see it there. Okay, for the function, there they are. Now I'm going to use the form initialize to actually call this function. Now let's go to our form and double click on that, or if we can see it here, where's the form? Yeah, use the form. We want it initialized. There. Bring that up a little bit. And inside the form initialize, we're going to call all those lines of codes. And right there guys, those are the lines of codes that I'm going to be using in the form initialize. There. Okay, have a good look at it. If I run it now, this is what you guys will see. The calendar is ready. Like I said, I have a full tutorial of this on my first channel. So if you want to have a good look at it, it's right there. But apart from that, you can just have a good look at the lines of codes and you take it from there. There we go. Those are the functions. Let's reduce that again so that you can see the edge here. So let's come in here, options, and just change that to maybe about 13. Let's see if 13 will do. Yeah, 13. Alright, that's fine. Okay, there. And form initialize right here. Okay, inside the form initialize, I have to add as follows. So inside my form initialize, I want to be able to, this is just a shortcut for years of experience or experience in years. That I want that to be numbers. I've already created something to do with function, a loop in there, so I might as well just use this loop So I'm going to call that's CBO. That's a CBO experience. Dots add, and what are we adding? We're adding I. That's all. Okay, I'm just making use of this, more or less borrowing the I. So come in here, drop that down, and that's it. Instead of reinventing the wheel, it's already there. Okay, so one other thing that is left for us to do, let's come back down into the function. Right inside this function as well, I'm going to now add as follows. So the very first thing I want to add is let's say undo that. When the form initialize multi page one, I want that to be 0, so that will be number 1 dot view equals 0, so that's fine. So now let's say employee dot column header. So I want to be able to display the header in there. So I'm going to say that one is quotes. That will be true. And employee column counts. So let's come in here and just LBL employee column counts dot column count. That will be, I'm going to make that about 24. Now, what about rule source? I can grab the, let's go in here, we'll come back to that and just grab all of that. Rules, yeah, I want to grab all of this here. Rule source, okay, that's fine. To give me the accurate rule source, paste that in there. Alright, that is fine. Now, the other thing I want to do is, first of all, let's run this. We'll come back here. We still have more work to do in here. There, if I come in here now, I should be able to see those data in there. Okay, so that is fine. Those are the data I entered onto the spreadsheet earlier, right in here. Okay then, so end that because I've entered the role source and so on. So let's go back in here. Now, my field work, this very one, there's nothing here, there's nothing here and here. So let's take care of those three. There's something here now. So those three we include as follows. Double click there, form initialize, and come right down here. And we just need to enter CBO field work dot add item, and I'm just going to make that lecturer, so that's fine. Close that. So just copy and change that around. 2, 3, 4, that's good enough for me. So the next one we can call that maybe a teacher or whatever, and here games designer, and here maybe security or data security, something like that. There. Now position, that's the position, this role at work, might be a manager, whatever, dot add items, and that is, let's say director, what is, copy that. We can call that maybe manager. This support. Those are just different rules. Let's say pilot and so on. There, that is that taken care of. Alright, now the department, whatever department where they work. So let's do that here. CBO department dot add. So let's call this aviation department or whatever. Aviation. Maybe one more. Computing. Marketing. Yeah, marketing, why not? And maybe English department, why not? Yeah, that's it, all done. Okay guys, so all we then need to do now is just to give it a try and see. Run. There we go, that's fine. Experience. Oh, that should be games. That should be games. I'm gonna correct that inside. And it's a director, PhD. Does it end? No, it's a PhD holder. Put 5,000 there. And the name. Let's enter that in there. The name is, let's say it's Tony Montana. Tony Montana. Address 17 Little Venice, London. Mail. Number. And here. And here, this is the bit that is left now. Calculate. University, okay, let's say University of all university, that's it. So if I click on add, that should display data in here apart from the dates that is not there. So let's click on add. There, that is it. Alright, oh, next of kin. I'll just forget that. Next of kin, let's say is Helen. No. Telephone number. Now, add. There we go. We now have Helen as the next of kin. Right, so all this is left for us now is to take care of this. So when I click on this, I want the dates to appear in here. So let's end that. Right there, first of all, we need to know the name of this component. So let's come in here, grab the name. That's the name, the employee. So grab that now. TXT date employed. Copy that, come right down here and start with this very one. Double click on that. That is a D1 there. Dot text that is equals D1 dot control. There we go. That should give me the date of that very one. So let's run it and see if it works. We just copy and paste it for the others and change it to run. There we go. Look at that. That is fine. 25. So this one they do nothing. So come in here now, double click on this one and just copy this, paste it here and change this to 2. That's number 2 taken care of. Now we'll repeat the same thing for the next one. The next one is right here. Double click on number 3, paste, change that to 3, and so on, guys. So I'm going to speed that up. And that is it right there, guys. All done. 18, we have 16, 15, 17, 18, 19. 20, 21, 22, and so on. That is it, guys. Just the same lines of codes for that. So let's save that, run. And today's date is 23. There. You can enter whatever there. And who is that going to be? So let's say, there we go. And the name is, let's say, Folake Tomilola. Yeah, Folake Tomilola. Now, alright, Folake Tomilola. Oamen. And here, let's say, undo that. Yeah, just make that up. Address number 90, London town. And female. Telephone number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Alright. And the dates, yeah, we already have the date in there. Next of kin, that is, let's say, Kenny Moore. Telephone number. And here, wages. And what else? Calculated wages. Experience, let's say she is a, oh, I need to change that. That should have been called G. Yeah. And here she has a doctorate degree. And university, let's say she's a director of university. She's in a University College of London. There we go. Now, decision time. Look in here, there's nothing of Folake Tomilola in there. So all I just need to do now is click on Add Records. There we go. Go in there, and that is the details of Folake Tomilola. There. Right, let's do one thing. We need to print. That's just 2 lines of code down, and we also need to correct this. So I'm going to exit out, yeah, and let's go into form initialize. Where is it? Form initialize. Double click on that. Right underneath here, that should be G. Okay, let's have a look at this print. Double click on print. And right in there, those are the lines of codes for print. And that is it, guys. So I'm going to run it, and we just call it the end of this beautiful tutorial. I suppose you guys enjoy it. Okay, we're going to now try out the print. So let's just enter all of this data in there of Kemi. So let's click on add, and Kemi should be right there now. That is fine. And we come in here and just hit print. So I'm going to print it as a PDF. Click on OK. There we go. So I'm going to save it on my desktop. Save. There. So guys, with that, I'm going to call it the end of this tutorial. I suppose you guys enjoy it.